before, I kind of figured you would go and you would help out people there, spread the word.
Something that somebody else would do.
I really wasn't one of those people, so it wasn't something that I really thought about a lot.
Only for people that are like pastors.
A good thing that some people would do. Like there was short term and there was long term.
You would wake up one morning and you'd be like, wow, last night in a dream, God told me I have to go serve the people of Malawi in some way.
Missions was just for people who were sent out to foreign countries or places to teach others the gospel and tell people who've never heard about God, like who God is.
I just never knew anybody who did long-term missions, so it was a new thing for me to learn about and how important it was.
While I was there, God changed my perspective by showing me that everyone is called to missions, not just certain people, and that everyone is going to have a part on that, including me.
I've wanted to be a missionary since I was 12. They talked a lot about unreached people groups, and I realized that that's what I was praying for. I just didn't have a name for it.
And it's not just a matter of if they're called, but it's now where and how.
So it's not something that you have to be good enough to do. It's something that you have to do.
It's not only the missionary's job, it's the people who send them, and it's the church's job.
Kind of figured I would have to go out and be on the front lines, and that's something I did not want to do. I learned that I can be a sender. There's a difference between senders and goers, and I can support missionaries going and kind of help with expenses.
The thought of me being in missions never even crossed my mind because I never thought I was good enough for it.
My job and my role in missions is to support those who are being sent out and to help pray for them and help fund them.
So my role in missions is to prepare myself for a future in missions, be a missionary. And I think it just made that clearer and gave me confidence to continue to pursue that.
I am really interested in maybe starting out in short-term missions.
I see myself maybe doing more, supporting people still, but also maybe going.
Before the conference, I would have said that it's something that God calls someone else to do. And after going to the conference, I feel like I have a sense of responsibility.
My next action step to take in the church would be pursuing membership. Be a little more connected to the church, kind of know what's going on and help out where I can.
I think God specifically asked me to just pray about what I should do and think about it and read His Word and just look more into what it would mean to go.
The next step for me to pursue missions is to get experience in nursing first. I graduate in May from nursing school, and I chose nursing school because of I wanted to be on the mission field and use nursing for that.
I think in order to even be a part of missions, you have to be knowledgeable in the Bible, and so I want to first grow in my maturity spiritually. I would like to find someone who could mentor me in the history of the Bible.
I'm going on a gap year mission trip next year, so basically just to get through that, but I do feel like God is calling me to long-term missions.
To help fund them through the Go Fund, which is an organization that has you pay a certain amount of money a month to help missionaries go out and to foreign countries and teach the gospel and everything.
I think the biggest thing I took away from it was becoming involved in the local church more, because they talked a lot about that.
We want to become members of Wellspring. We want to get connected, we want to get involved. Maybe someday get involved with the youth group.
Just to give me a direction on where to go in the church. Obviously taking the first step as membership, but after that I don't really know what God wants me to do.
If someone were going to pray for me, I would ask them to pray that I can find guidance through God and whether I'm going to be staying here, going out and doing missions.
As I'm making decisions step by step, that I would have wisdom and that it would ultimately prepare me for the mission field, and then just a future in the unreached people group specifically.
To have the courage to be obedient and to have the faith to know that either way, God's going to take care of me.
Just for clarity on just everything and just direction.
Encourage me and others to help pray for missionaries and provide for them and to support them.
For God to reveal how we're supposed to be involved in missions, because I don't have an answer yet. So that's kind of the most important thing for me right now.
Staying focused in the Word, trying to listen for what God's plan is for us.
2 words, 1 word to summarize that trip would be, it was an eye-opener.
My first word would be growth, because I think that I grew a lot spiritually and mentally. My second word I would use is perspective, because my perspective on missions changed a lot. Again, the fact that I didn't really think that it could be me.
Eye-opening. Just because how much I learned and how important it is for us to reach unreached people.
Prayer inducing, just encouraging me, reminding me to keep praying, because I know clearly that God's given me a vision to be a missionary to an unreached people group.
New perspective, probably just because God really showed me some new things and gave new definitions to missions and ministry.
It was a change in perspective of how I view missions and how others view missions.